Hi guys, I got a bit of insomnia, so I'm going to review like the new Noble Knight cards. At first I thought they were bad, but these cards are deceptively good. Like after going through the surface level analysis, you start to realize that these cards do so much for the deck. And rather than being a completely new, different deck, they're basically one-offs for the core of the Noble Knight deck we already have now. So this is not a deck list, but more of some things I would like to check. But yep, let's review the new cards. Then I show you some of the plays you can do with the new cards, and then you can decide for yourself if it's what you're looking for, right? The first card is Flame Noble Knight Ogia, and says if this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Fire Warrior monster or one Noble Arms card from your deck to the graveyard, except Flame Noble Knight Ogia. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one warrior monster you control, equip this card to that monster you control. The monster equipped with this card is cannot be destroyed by card effects, right? So I always wanted Bedouin through Dumb when we fought Queen of the Noble Arms, and now we got a Bedouin that can do so. This card could have potentially been really huge for the deck, even if the rest of the support was bad for the deck. Because this and an extender is Isolde and a board drop, which is like our main win condition. Like, summon this guy, drum queen, then play any extender. In this case, this guy only is going to only work with die. Brigandine, this, maybe the Hornet drones if you choose to play it with the brothers. I It can work with cust. It cannot work with custody because if we summon it that way, the board is not going to have any noble arm. But yeah. So and then it's Isolde and boards equip with queen, and then all of the three traps in game. So that's very good for consistency. But because we got some other better cards, it's only a one-off in my opinion. I can change. Definitely, I'm not set in stone, but I think it's a one-off. Then we have Flame Noble Knight Magi. This card, basically, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 3 of your other Fire Warrior monsters and or Noble Arms cards that are banished and or in your graveyard into the deck. Draw 1 card. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one warrior monster you control, equip this card to that monster you control. The monster equipped with this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, basically they cut the effect of Destiny into two halves. This is a card effect, this is battle. So let's say you make Isolde with either of these guys, then these guys will come back for free to protect Isolde. Sure, they are not noble armed cards, which is important for Tristan, but still it's free protection just because. That's really good. At first, I thought this card might not be that good, and then I realized something. If this card, and the card says, if this card is sent to the graveyard, it doesn't need to be sent from the monster zone. It can be sent from the spell and trap card zone. So, if you equip this card to a normal summon monster, let's say Bedweir, and then you use this Bedweir as a link material for Isolde, you're going to banish all of the 3 Noble Arm cards. Well, you're going to banish 3 Noble Arm cards. I mean, you can return these guys to the deck too, which is kinda important. But the main draw is returning the Noble Arm cards to the deck and draw 1 card. Just for free. It's basically cutting the cost of Isolde by the half and then recycling noble arms into the deck so you can resolve her effect each turn. And then is when I realized that this card was amazing and was deceptively powerful. It's really good. It's really important for Isolde. It's really powerful. It's just like having an extra draw phase from the graveyard every turn, like for no reason whatsoever. That's really good. Then we have Flame Noble Knight Renault. This card basically, if you control a warrior monster, you can special summon the guy from the hand, and then he's going to be considered a toner, and then he's going to recover a noble, an equipped card from the graveyard to the hand. This is important because most of the combos require him and living fossil. So yep, require Reno and a living fossil. That's really important. I'm gonna explain in a while. So, then this card is actually the weakest of the bunch without accounting the Adolfo, so I don't know how that card's named. That card's totally awful, so I didn't even include it. But this card has some uses, so that's why it's included. His main uses is going to be triggering this guy Carl Carl Magna. So yeah, it's basically you can equip it to a were monster you control. He's going to gain 500 attack point. It's one monster, not were monster. I can equip it in either turn to a monster I control. It's going to gain 500 attack. If this guy is in the graveyard, he is going to add a firewire monster or one equip spell from my deck to my hand. Basically, it's Gear Researcher. He doesn't feel any other role. But it's okay, it's very good. Then we have Flame Noble Knight Olivier. This card is actually really good. Like the main rotation cards are going to be Renault and Olivier. Olivier is basically going to special summon himself by sending a spell card from the graveyard. I mean, it can send a monster or a spell card, a equip spell card from the hand, but you're basically going to be sending Queen of the Noble Arms to special summon him from the hand, right? And then he has the standard effect for these guys. If this card's in the graveyard, it can equip to a warrior monster you control, and that warrior monster is going to be protected from targeted effects. So it's basically an Excalibur from the grave as well. So that's really good. Then we have God Phoenix Gearfried, which is basically like Arthurgus' lost brother. This is the true boss of the boss monster of the deck, and it's basically he can be special summoned by banishing one equip spell from your graveyard, right? And then he has other two powerful effects. If he declares an attack, he can equip one other face-up monster on the field to discard as an equip spell that makes it gain 500 attack. He can only have one monster, so it's basically like a bow reload that instead of giving you control of the monster, is going to equip it. And that's not all. When a monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can send one face-up equip spell card you control to negate the activation of that and destroy the card. So it's basically going to attack, non-targeting removal, going to equip the monster, and then you're going to be able to negate one of your opponent's monster for free. That's really good. Remember, you can protect Gearfried from targeting with Olivia, and you can protect Gearfried with Maugis from battle, which is not going to be relevant, but Ogia protects him from cast effects, so that's really good. Then we have Flame Noble Arms Durandal. This is the best noble arm they have ever printed. Why? I'm going to tell you why in a bit, but rest assured this card is outstanding. And it says, if this card is equipped to a monster, note that it can be equipped to any monster, not a warrior monster. Why is this relevant? This is potentially relevant because you could end up playing Destrudo and Power Tool Dragon and then rebuild 3 copies of Durandal and basically equip Durandal to a Power Tool Dragon and then blow the Durandal for the Power Tool Dragon. And in that scenario, like you can potentially add to your hand the other Noble-like monster, which I did include. Let's see if we can find it. Flame Noble Knight, the bad one, right? But it can be important because Astolfo. In that case, with a Power Tool Dragon, you can search as Astolfo because you are going to be making like Flame Noble Knight, then the Strudo, and then reveal 3 Durandal, and then like you're going to have a material to banish to summon Astolfo from your hand. So that's basically is going to put you in with the monsters on the field. So that's that. I don't think that's powerful, but it's good as well. It's an option. Like Power Tool Dragon is basically more copies of this card, which is ultimately the card you want to see, right? So that's one thing. And then it has another effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard because a monster that was equipped with this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 5 or lower Firewire monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay, this is important because if the monster is removed from the field, either for a material for a link summon, or an XC summon, or a synchro summon, he's going to bring something back. This card single-handedly made Lone Zalin playable and good again, because you are going to be summoning him, he's going to be equipping Durandal, and he's either going to give you the option to extend further, or to search another card, which is really, really good. And then we have Flame Noble Knight, Flame Noble Arms, Hold to Clear. This card is basically, if this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one face-up monster you control. This turn, you cannot declare attacks except with that monster. You can attack up to twice during each battle phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the monster was equipped with this card sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field and destroy it. So basically, he's a double attacker, which might be cute with Clarant, because then you can go and have a 4000 attacker that can attack directly twice. So that's a cheesy win. The main draw of this card is going to be that if your monster dies, he's going to take something down with him. So that's really good. It's okay. I wouldn't say really good. It's okay. It's needed. There are noble arms that can do stuff. And then we have this Flame Noble Arms Juju. If this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one Fire Warrior monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the monster that was equipped with this card was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon Wildfire, your warrior monster from your hand. This card is basically trying to cheat Gearfried into play uh, through Charles. Why so? I'm going to explain to you a bit the concrete play, but this is basically going to try to cheat Gearfried. Why is the Rendell so important? It's so important because we finally have a noble arm that adds consistency to the deck, but that it's not a break. Like this card enables Boars, enables Evane, and enables basically and Castanet, and it's not a break. This is a card you can draw. You actually want to see this card as often as possible. And this basically increases our count of noble arms by making Glory of the Noble Knights incredibly relevant. This card passed from a bad card to one of the best cards in the deck because it's basically what we did was adding 6 more reinforcement of the army for our deck. Sure, they can only search these cards, but they all of them enable powerful combos as I'm going to show you. Even then you can equip this card to an extender and then go for this guy and at the very least have like Isolde on boards. That's really good. That moves the deck forwards and adds much needed consistency. I'm gonna show you the plays, but it's important. Also, this guy is really important because he gives us infinite legs and allows us to have enough materials, enough noble arms for Isolde every turn. And even if the noble arms are banished, this guy is going to bring them back. So we just need one copy. We won't need any more than that. Except for again, Durandal, which is a searcher more than an equip spell. So that's fine too. So this card's a big winner. Ebane is a really big winner. Medrod, I didn't win or lose. I mean, here you can only see one copy because I didn't know how to fit or how I'm going to accommodate the stuff. But I'm theorizing that with the most common noble army in your deck, he's not going to synergize while Ebane does. So changing the radius is actually not too bad of idea as I'm going to show you. But we shall see. It's likely that I end up cutting like Bedweir and something else and play that Freeman Rod. So, but that's the thing. Though Evane was a big winner. Boars is a big winner. Boars is the best card in the deck. He already was. Well, this reinforces it even more. And then we have yeah, that basically. Then we have like Roland and Shardless for the extra deck. I read these cards and I thought they were bad. Then I reread them again and then I realized how good they are. It says one toner, one non-toner. Okay, if this card synchro summon, you can activate this effect. During the end phase of this turn, send one equip spell from your deck to the graveyard, then add one warrior monster from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, if this card's in your graveyard, quick effect. This is his relevant pot. Like all of this is filler. Quick effect. This is really important because the main way to summon Shalas is going to be through Roland, and Roland's effect enables Charles in your opponent's turn, which means that this guy is going to pop a card for free in your opponent's turn. So I'm going to show you in a bit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. He's going to equip and give 500 attack to the monster from the grave for free. It's basically Charles. Okay, then we have Charles. It's a level 9, so this guy's a Synchro Tuner, so it's 5 plus 4. It's Charles, right? If a monster in the field becomes equipped with an equipped card, even during damage step, you can destroy one card in the field. So if this guy is equipped in either turn, he's going to pop something. This is where Roland comes in play. He's going to equip to this guy in your opponent's turn, and you have a Raigeki break for free. During the end phase, you can equip one equip spell from your hand or graveyard to this card. Then you can equip one Fire Warrior monster from your deck to this card. So basically, you are going to grab either Destiny or Excalibur and then complement him with Ogia or Olivia. Basically, that's the idea. This guy is going to be protected. I mean, I mean, this is really funny because people said that Noble Knights could never be good. Like if they never got an arms that prevented tributing. Well, this card's pretty searchable now. It sucks balls. It's not necessary. Like if you tribute this guy with a kaiju, you're going to draw a card because usually your combo leaves this guy equipped and this guy is sent. Then he's going to be able to return Charles, another two cards, and then you're going to get a free card. And usually the guy is also equipped with Roland, and then you're going to get an end phase search. So it's not effective. But even if that was the case, you can equip this card. And your opponent cannot be tribute and protects you from super poly. It's just gimmicky, it's just useless, but it's an option. So I'm gonna show you really quick how the deck operates, and just so you can understand some of the basic combos. I mean, this video took way longer than what I would have liked it. So where I'm going to show this particular hand looks weak, but it's actually really powerful. I'm going to simplify the combos, right? Just so you see the power of the deck. So first we play like the Institution, because this deck is going to be playable under new rules. We're going to summon this guy here with Aguera. So we normal summon boars. Then we play this and add the most powerful Noble Arm. Well, I don't know if it's the more powerful, but it's the best spell, Noble Arm. And then equip to Boris. Then Boris is going to be able to resolve his effect, and then he's going to enable the best Noble Arm, which is this. This is a win condition. We send to grave, and then we add one copy to the hand, right? Then we pop this card to add our copy of Renault to the hand. Our copy of Renault to the hand, which is this, right? We don't come from a fire water monster, so we cannot special summon it, right? I mean, if we had played this hand normally, we would, but it really doesn't matter. So we're going to summon Isolde. We have to summon her here. And then this is the important part. We're going to mill 4 equip spells. We're going to mill 3 classic noble arms. One is Destiny, one is either going to be Galathin or Caliburn or Arfi Daughter. The other one is going to be EX Caliburn. And the last one, it has to be Living Fossil. So Living Fossil is a total staple now. We send this. What are we going to special summon though? We are going to special summon the new Noble Knight Brothers in defense mode or in attack mode, it really doesn't matter. Then we're going to special summon Reno. Then we are going to recover the Living Fossil to our hand. This is very important because now he's a toner. And then we send these guys to the grave. We actually forgot to add a card of Isolde, right? So in this particular instance, like we are going to be adding, for example, let's say Phoenix Gearfried, right? This card goes to my hand, effect of Isolde, just that I forgot to add it, right? So now we play the Living Fossil and bring back, we can bring back like Reno. I mean, we can bring back Reno, like let's bring back Boars. So now we have 5 and 4. With these guys, now I can summon Charles. I mean, we can summon Charles now. And in the end phase, we're going to add a card and mill an equip spell. Sorry, let's rebound the play a bit because I honestly forgot something. God, sorry for this because let's rebound the play to the point where I summon this guy, right? Because we sent this guy to the graveyard, we can shuffle 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to shuffle and draw 1 card. Sorry guys, this is confusing. Then we actually do play the Living Fossil for Boars. Boars is going to get banished. This guy is going to get to the graveyard. This thing is going to get to the graveyard. And then we're going to be summoning Charles. Then we're going to equip this guy. We're going to send him to the spell and trap zone. This is really important though, because when Charles dies, he's going to return himself and this card to the deck, and it's going to draw me another card. So it's basically having infinite Charles. So we're going to set a card, and then we're going into the end phase, right? First up, we're going to resolve Roland's Synchro, and we're going to send an equip spell to the graveyard. So we're going to send this, and then we're going to equip a warrior monster. And sorry, we're going to send this equip. Let me see if I can send the correct one. Well, I don't think I added it to the deck, but let's say this is the other. Well, it's going to be confusing, so we're going to send that. And then we are going to equip Mini Roland. Where's Mini Roland? And then we have choices, like we can equip Mini Roland Search, or we can equip like Olivier to protect from targeting, or we can equip the other guy. Well, I have it in hand, but we could equip this card to protect from destruction. It really doesn't matter because we have Destiny here. So ideally, what we are going to want is either Olivier. In this particular scenario, we're going to want Olivier, or we're going to want Roland. So let's say we want Roland, right? First we have to add because of the big Roland, so we're going to add, it really doesn't matter, like we can add this guy, and then because of the effect of the synchro, we're going to equip a small Roland, and we're going to either equip Destiny or Excalibur, right, from the graveyard with Charles effect. What did we equip here? Like, we equip a full setup, we have a full hand, we have 5 cards in hand, and then we have this card until noble arms are needed once again, which is going to give us a random card. And then we have this card, which can protect this soldier via Dristan, or even via Bedweir. So Bedweir is excellent because in this scenario he could protect. What happened here? Like, I clicked it and didn't summon him, right? Special summon attack, and then here. Okay. In this particular scenario, if we had chosen like this thing instead of the Excalibur, if they attack Isolde, we're going to be able to move the Destiny here, right? And they are going to have to attack her twice. It's the same protection as Dristan, but the difference here is that when Destiny goes to grave, because Isolde went to grave, Bedweir is going to be able to recover the Noble Arm or even Charles, so they're basically sponging attacks. Then this guy, remember, is a quick effect, so I can equip it to Charles at any moment, and I can pop a card in my opponent's turn. So that's what we achieved. It's basically a lot of power. And now, for finishing the video, I'm going to show you how Bane benefits from this support, right? So I'm gonna show you why Bane is way more powerful. So I'm going to send everything to the bottom of my deck because I don't care. Well, let's just change those cards. They don't matter too much. So we're going to add our super Evane combo, which is Evane to hand, and then Durandal. Here's Durandal. Right. Why is this combo good? Because basically I can normal summon this guy, activate, then summon a token, then pop this card, then I'm going to be able to add Reno to my hand, and then I'm going to be able to summon Isolde. Isolde is going to add a card, let's say Phoenix Gearfried or this guy, it really doesn't matter too much. Then we are going to do the same exact thing, we're going to mill 4. So this is the graveyard, this is the graveyard, Excalibur and Destiny. Then we're going to summon Noble Knight Brothers, new Noble Knight Brothers, Maugis in attack mode. Okay, then we're going to special summon Reno. Then Reno is going to add the fossil to the hand. Then we're going to synchro summon for Big Roland. Special summon in attack. Then we're going to select 3 cards. We're going to select the Reno. We're going to select we're going to select the Caliburn, and then we are going to select either Destiny or Excalibur. It really doesn't matter. And we're going to shuffle, and then we're going to draw a card. Right, then we're going to activate the living fossil, and we're going to bring back Bane. Now we are going to banish this guy and send this guy to grave and equip spell to the grave to synchro summon Charles. Then we're going to equip this to Charles. If Charles dies, like, we're going to be able to return Charles and these two cards to the deck and draw one, which is powerful. And then we're going into the end phase. Remember, we're going to resolve Leader Roland first. Leader Roland first is going to send something to the grave, and then we're going to add Phoenix Gearfried to the hand, and then Charles is going to equip, in this case, let's say, Excalibur from the graveyard, and it's going to equip Olivier. In this particular scenario, the best play would have been to equip like Destiny, right? So, and then we send this guy to the grave. In this case, Charles has 3,500 attack points. It's protected from destruction and targeting, and if he dies, he's going to draw us a card. So it's really powerful. Oh, they can kaiju him. Okay, they can. Then they are going to lose one card total, and then you're really not going to care. You still have a Solda, you still have a full hand. So this is basically a green deck. This is a deck that tries to set up a fair game, a green game. No, it's not a full blown out combo game. It really doesn't lose to kaijus. So is way too long, has been way too long. Suffice to say, I'm really pleased with this video. I'm really pleased with these cards. They are fairly good. They do plenty of what the deck needed, and they also open up a completely new, different strategy, which I haven't explored, which I don't think I will explore because I think the cards synergize well with what we already have. It's powerful. Like, they are deceptively powerful. The first time I read them, I was like, ooh, they're not good. And then I started to check it out for myself and realize how good they were. The trap, they got a trap card. It's Saki. It's a trap card which is weak, or the best card ever, a triple soul charge. I wouldn't play it, but we don't even have space, like, as you could see. So yeah, that's pretty much in the deck. So let's wait for Return of the Duelist in late July or early August. And this deck is actually good. See ya.